Hello YouTube and welcome back to our channel. Once again I'm Lee and behind the camera you have Lonnie. Today we are prepared for you a banana pudding cake. If you want to continue on watching this video to learn how to make this cake, please do. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below with any recipes you may have that you want us to try. As well as following us on Instagram, MadHawk79, and on our Twitter account, Lonnie and Lee. Once again, if you want to continue to learn how to make this cake, please continue watching and stay tuned for future videos. Let's go ahead by starting making our banana cream jello. It's an instant pudding, so it's only going to take about 5 minutes to set. And for today, we're only going to use about one package. It's going to make about 4 half-cup servings, which is all we're going to need for our banana pudding cake. Here I have about 2 cups of milk. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pour that in here. I'm going to get my whisk. I'm going to go ahead and whisk this so I don't see any lumps in there. And by the way, the milk is supposed to be ice cold milk, so you want two cups of milk from your refrigerator. You don't want it to be sitting out, or you don't want it to be warm. And as you can see, everything looks pretty whipped. And that's all it takes for our pudding. So we're going to go ahead and set this aside while we prepare our cake. We'll go ahead and put this in the refrigerator and let it sit for just a few moments. It should only take 5 minutes. You only need 2 bananas for this, so you're going to go ahead and peel your bananas. You want to make sure they're nice and ripe. You don't want them too green, or else they'll be too tough to eat. But we all know that. We're going to use these bananas. We're going to use it for the inside of our cake. Going to put some fresh slices in between. They're not to be cooked. Just going to cut it in about 1/2-inch slices. There we go. I'm going to put that knife aside. I'm going to scoop our bananas up. Put them in our red bowl here. And we'll set those aside for later for when we decide to put them in the cake after the cake has cooled and came out of the oven. Okay, so let's start by preparing our cake for the oven. We just got the run-of-the-mill. You got the Duncan Hines butter golden cake. You can use whatever cake you like. I prefer this one. Have about 7 tablespoons of butter there, softened in the microwave. We got 3 large eggs here, as you can see. And like I said, we're going to use our almond milk once again for the batter. It says use 1/2 cup of water, but I prefer milk because it makes the batter softer. And grab our milk. I'm going to pour about 1/2 cup of milk in here. And like I said, I prefer almond milk. You can use regular milk or rice milk, coconut milk. They have all different types of milk out there nowadays. I'm going to add my 3 eggs. There's one. Don't do it with one hand unless you're a professional like me, or else you'll get some shells in there. So go ahead and crack that in there. We're going to go ahead and add our butter. There we go. Set that aside. Got your regular hand mixer here. I'm going to go ahead and put it on about number 2 or 3 speed. Get all this together. As you can see, it's getting nice and creamy. That's the consistency you want it to be. Like I said, you want to get the majority of the large lumps out. You don't want it to be lumpy. You don't want it to be undone when you finish cooking your cake. And that looks done right there. I'm going to turn your mixer off. And if you have kids like I do, just like when you were a kid, you like to lick the little mixers here, but we're not going to do that. Okay, so now that our batter's mixed, we're going to set that aside. I have I have here a spring form pan, in which it's about 9 inches wide and about 3 inches deep. Spray it here with this butter. It's Crisco. You can use whatever you want. You have olive oil, you have different sprays, but I prefer the butter one for obvious reasons because it's going to taste better. So I'm just going to spray the sides here. Using this pan, and as you see, I have foil around it because it is a spring form pan and I don't want it to leak. This is the only pan we had at the time. We're going to make a nice deep cake. Alright, so now that that's sprayed, you got it nice and coated, as you can see. We'll go ahead and take our batter and pour it in here evenly. We've already preheated our oven to 350. It's going to go in there for about, let's see, anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes. Alright, so that's what you should have right there. It should be nice and even. You want to shake it, get any bubbles out of the dough, as you can see. And there you go. Now we're going to go ahead and walk it and put it in our oven. Like I said, the oven's on 350. I'm going to bake it for about 35 to 45 minutes. We'll see you in a little while for the finished results. Okay, so now that our cake has cooled down, came out of the oven, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and then take a knife and cut it in half so that we have two halves so that we can put our filling in the middle and then cover it with the top. So I've already kind of cut into it just to make sure. And you just want to cut it even. You want to follow right around the edges and turn your plate as you're cutting, so you have a nice even cut. Just like that. Okay. So I have it on a plate right now, so I want to just take this top, kind of turn it a little bit. There we go. There you go. And now you have two halves of your cake there. Okay. So what we're going to do, we've chilled our banana pudding here in the refrigerator. As you can see, it's nice and creamy. You don't want it to be too watery. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover this half, actually cover this half of the cake with pudding. Just a layer. You also want to save some for the top of the cake. You want to just take a spatula and you want to smooth it evenly. Should be nice and thick. Like I said, you should have enough pudding for the top. So we're going to go ahead and set that aside. Then we're going to take the bowl of bananas that we cut earlier. We're just going to start on the edges. And we're going to place the bananas into the pudding, like so. Just a couple more pieces. And look at that, we actually do have a few to put on the top, so we'll save that. Okay, so now I'm going to take the cake. I'm going to go ahead and take this and flip it just like that. You got to be careful, you don't want to break your cake. And there you go, just like that. So I move that out the way. So now you have your cake. So now what you want to do, you want to add more pudding to the top. Make sure you're covering the whole top here. And then open up your classic Cool Whip here. You can get whatever kind of Cool Whip you like, even if you want spray Cool Whip or Ready Whip. You can get it at your local grocery store. I'm going to take that, put that on top, put a couple of globs on top here. And try to spread that evenly as well. There we go. You just cover the whole cake on all sides, making it nice and even. Okay, and now for our final piece of the puzzle here, we put our extra bananas on top because we had a few extras. Everything's covered. As you can see, it's a nice banana cream pudding and whipped cream topping all around the cake. Here in this bowl, I have your classic Nabisco Nutella wafers. I crumbled about 10 of them in this bowl. And I'm going to just sprinkle that on the top as a crust. You just want to take it like so. Should stick nicely to the Cool Whip and the pudding. And that's what crumbles across there. And you can, of course, like I said, I used about 10 wafers. You can use as many as you like, depending on how much cookie crunch you want on the top. And there you have it. You have your finished product. You have your banana cream pie cake. And in a moment we'll take a slice and we get to see the inside of it, and that'll be our finished product.